like to think that the work that we're doing at BAFTA, certainly over through the review as well, and Mari's work with LIT, is that we can help create that change. Awards are, by their nature, at the end of the process, through development, production, funding, but also through training and letting kids know that they can be on screen, or they can be an editor, or whatever they see on stage is possible. But awards are at the end, and I'd like to think that the work that we're doing at BAFTA, certainly over through the review as well, and Mari's work with LIT, is that we can help create that change, that it will work back, that producers and funders will greenlight and will fund great diverse films with great talent that wouldn't normally have those opportunities. So, but also it's going to take years. Deirdre, it's all positive change.
Awards come at the end, but what is the exact importance? What do we get from awards that we don't get from the other parts of the industry, which is why all of the bodies set up awards, and I think that will help people understand why the lack of diversity in the awards is very problematic.
So are you asking why awards?
I was saying, like, why are awards there in the first place? Because from my perspective, we write about award winners. When I approach as a journalist to editors, if someone's won an award, it's easier to write about them. For producers, when people win awards, if you can write BAFTA award winner on your poster, that's going to help sell the film. So,
well, I think there's something in that as well. Kind of a lot of award-winning films, perhaps even if they haven't been diverse in the past, a lot of the time have been smaller independent films that don't get wide public recognition until perhaps they have been kind of have a stamp from an award-giving body, and then that kind of it opens the appetite for public awards as well to discover kind of a wider range of films that are on offer. So I think that's kind of a really big part of it, just to also widen the pool of what's available to people to watch. So it's not just a small subsect of cinema that remains popular.
Like, if I can add something to that, I think awards are intrinsic to a system in which there's a lot of people making and creating something, and then I think it's quite a human need to be shown that there's excellence among it, and that you can actually strive for that excellence. That starts already in school when we're kids and we get a little star on something that we made, and later on when we work in the film industry, we might be vying for a BAFTA or a European Film Award or any of the other awards. So I think the fact that we say, listen, we are proud of the industry in which we work, and we do know there's a lot of excellence there, and there's a way every year to point out a couple of films and the filmmakers and the teams attached to them that have just made the best films in their category. I think that doesn't only help sales and doesn't only help promotion, doesn't only help, like making a choice when you have a choice of 100 films and you're going to watch first the ones that are being awarded, but it does also help and motivate a lot of people in the industry to just make the very best of what they can. And that's a system that has worked for many, 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 many decades. It's absolutely something we want to continue, and it's very valuable. But at the same time, with the realization, as said before, that there's always a specific group of people getting that star and being called excellent, that's not how it should work anymore. We should actively work on raising awareness for it, as we're doing here, and actively work within our own infrastructures that are naturally leading to a specific group getting that excellent stamp, to other people's coming to the surface as well. And that can only be done with a different group of people or a more diverse group of people making the choices, doing the pre-selections, thinking and looking with a different perspective. That cannot be done by people who get a one-pager saying, please be aware of a little bit more diversity in your selection, when it's still the same group of people, because that won't lead to any results. So it it's something that works on many levels, and that's also why Deirdre said it takes a couple of years to really implement that, because you need to monitor it and make sure that the results are in the end more diverse.